In the center of the Frederickson community, which lies in the heart of Pierce County, is a very special place. It is a parcel of land approximately 64 acres in size with a beautiful life-sustaining creek running through and a picturesque Mount Rainier view. This one day will become the Stan and Joan Cross Park. Hello, I'm Stan Cross. Many years ago, Native Americans lived, fished, and gathered food on this land. The meadows were rich with wildflowers, grasses, and wildlife. Clover Creek nurtured vigorous salmon runs. Natchez Pass branch of the Oregon Trail was used by early pioneers over 150 years ago and ended near the present-day Clover Creek Elementary School. Many pioneers traveled this trail to stake their land claims. The Donation Land Claim Act of 1850 granted 160 acres to every unmarried male and 320 acres to married couples living in the Oregon Territory. By 1854, the land in this area was still available, but the new owner had to attest to living on and improving the property for at least 4 years. Frederick and Louise Meyer staked a land claim for the property and lived on the land most of the time except from September 1855 to March 1857 when Frederick swore this explanation.
On account of Indian hostilities, it was unsafe to remain upon the claim. And after the cessation of Indian hostilities, I returned to said claim and have continued to reside thereon until the present time. Signed, Frederick Meyer, in Olympia, Washington Territory, on this 31st day of January, 1873.
Newspapers of the day documented frequent pioneer and native conflicts during that period in our history. Some of the property was later purchased for $1 by Frederick Meyer's son, also named Frederick Meyer. He now owned about 660 acres in the area. Frederick cleared the land, sold timber, and farmed. He donated some land and built a local schoolhouse in 1897. Clover Creek Elementary School sits on this land today. Another portion of the property was purchased by Frederick Meyer's daughter, Wilhelmina Greenlaw. The property remained in the Greenlaw name until between 1924 and 1930, when records show it came under the ownership of Frank Duber. The Mayflower Dairy came to the community prior to 1930 when the Dubers and the Suitors acquired the property. The Mayflower Dairy milking barn, followed by the hay barn, were built at about this time and remain on this site today near the very tiny cabin which was Frank Duber's residence. In 1973, my wife Joan and I purchased a total of 62.5 acres from 3 brothers of the Suiter family, then an additional 2.5 acres from James and Margaret Eustace in 1984. We raised beef cattle and horses on the property. In 1991, Joan and I and many of our friends and family members constructed our dream home, which is situated near the center of the property on Clover Creek. Our children and grandchildren enjoyed the spacious estate for many years and made memories that will last a lifetime. In 2003, Joan and I sold the land, home, and barns to Pierce County to be developed into the first public park in the Frederickson community for the enjoyment of the people of Pierce County. That same year, the county secured the adjoining 50 acres and created the Natchez Trail Preserve. After purchasing the property, Pierce County quickly went to work. Meetings were held within the community. County experts worked with the community to develop plans and scenarios for the build-out of the new 64-acre Stan and Joan Cross Park. Over $300,000 was spent on the planning. The preliminary concept plan includes preserving the historic hay barn, 2 large active sport field lawns, numerous picnic areas, a disc golf course, and restrooms. Playgrounds and play structures are included. An existing wetland area and 2 existing small parcel forest lands will be preserved on the site. Numerous trails wind about the property, with a trail toward the west connecting to the existing Natchez Trail. An additional trailhead with a restroom is slated for the east side of the park in a close proximity to a planned railroad walking trail. Our former home will be converted into an occasion center. We believe this is exactly what the community needed. Unfortunately, the excitement would be short-lived. Competition for limited financial resources, combined with the recession, sharply limited funds Pierce County had to invest in park projects. Progress came to a grinding halt. Now, several years later, the future park property remains unused and locked up, as is the adjacent Natchez Trail Preserve. In 2009, the Frederickson Clover Creek Community Council made attention to and development of the park a very high priority. Meetings were again held with the community and county officials. Conclusions were daunting. If the Frederickson community wants this park developed, the community must raise the funds to do it. In response, in 2010, a new nonprofit organization was formed, the Friends of Stan and Joan Cross Park. The founding board has worked to develop a strategic plan toward the shared goal of both the community and Pierce County to complete the first public park here in Frederickson, a park on land of historic significance and aesthetic value, designed to provide healthy outdoor recreation opportunities for the wider community. The Friends of Stan and Joan Cross Park welcomes partnerships with individuals, corporations, charitable foundations, agencies, schools, churches, service clubs, and nonprofit organizations who share our vision of a public park in Frederickson. Final planning decisions are still to be made, and resources to develop the park are definitely needed. Please consider partnering with the Friends of Stan and Joan Cross Park today. Working together, our vision will become a reality in establishing the first public park in the Frederickson community for all to enjoy.